In the heart of Vortara's grand summit chamber, the air crackled with interstellar tension. Delegates from every corner of the galaxy assembled in a hall of gleaming chrome and luminous screens, their collective gaze fixed on the human representative, Daniel Kincaid. The spotlight was unforgiving, but Daniel stood resolute beside a sleek containment unit, housing an artifact of ancient human ingenuity. The delegates, a cacophony of alien forms and whispers, watched with a mix of skepticism and mild amusement. Zarlon the Conqueror, the imposing figure presiding over the gathering, lounged imperiously in his ornate throne. His eyes, cold and calculating, were locked on the unit. With a dismissive snort, he addressed Daniel. "Is this what you humans call innovation? An antique weapon from a bygone era?" Zarlon's voice echoed with derision, his alien tongue slicing through the anticipation. Daniel's expression remained steady. "This is the Dreadnought Cannon, a relic from humanity's early days of space exploration. It may look archaic, but it holds a power we've long since refined." A ripple of laughter swept through the chamber. The delegates exchanged knowing glances, their eyes gleaming with the kind of amusement reserved for a circus sideshow. The advanced technology of their own worlds had far surpassed anything humanity had managed, or so they believed. Zarlon leaned forward, his gaze a mix of mockery and curiosity. "I'm eager to see this relic in action. Show us, Daniel. Prove it's more than an outdated curiosity." Daniel nodded, undeterred by the condescension. "Prepare to be surprised." His fingers danced over the controls of the containment unit. With a soft hiss, the unit's doors slid open, revealing the Dreadnought Cannon, a marvel of its time, with its sleek lines and formidable bulk. As Daniel began the activation sequence, the chamber's atmosphere grew thick with anticipation. The weapon systems hummed to life, and for a moment, the chamber was bathed in a soft, pulsing glow. Yet, when the weapon failed to produce immediate results, the laughter returned, louder and more derisive than before. Zarlon's lips curled into a sneer. "It seems our human toy is just that, a toy. Perhaps you should concede before further embarrassment." Daniel's jaw tightened, but his resolve only hardened. "Give it a moment. Sometimes, great things take time to manifest." A tension-filled silence followed. The weapon's status lights flickered erratically, casting an eerie glow across Daniel's face. The laughter subsided into uneasy murmurs as Zarlon's confident posture began to waver. As Daniel adjusted the calibration, the chamber's lights dimmed slightly, and a low-frequency hum filled the air. The crowd's whispers turned to a curious murmur, their interest piqued. Daniel's eyes met Zarlon's with a steely determination. "It's about to begin." The chamber held its breath, the stage set for what promised to be an unforgettable demonstration. The Dreadnought Cannon was on the brink of revealing whether it would be a historical footnote or a testament to humanity's enduring brilliance. The moment hung in the balance, promising either a spectacular triumph or a crushing defeat. The Vortaran testing chamber buzzed with a mix of anticipation and skepticism. The room, a cavernous expanse lined with reinforced shielding and high-tech monitoring systems, was now a silent stage. Every eye was fixed on Daniel Kincaid and the Dreadnought Cannon. The mood shifted from mocking to tense curiosity as the chamber's energy levels fluctuated, casting an ambient glow over the weapon. Daniel moved with deliberate precision, his fingers dancing over the control panel. The weapon's core began to hum, the sound faint but growing steadily in intensity. The chamber's lights flickered momentarily, casting dramatic shadows that amplified the growing tension. Alien spectators leaned forward, their initial ridicule replaced by a palpable sense of intrigue. Zarlon the Conqueror, still seated in his throne, maintained a fade of disdain. His sharp gaze never left the weapon, but there was a flicker of uncertainty in his eyes. The laughter that had filled the chamber moments ago had faded into a hushed murmur, replaced by a collective silence. "Is it supposed to make that noise?" Zarlon's voice was laced with thinly veiled condescension. "It seems more like a dying star than a powerful weapon." Daniel shot a quick, determined glance at the alien leader. "The Dreadnought Cannon requires a specific energy calibration. It's an ancient design, but it's also incredibly potent. Just a little patience." As the weapon's hum intensified, A low-frequency vibration began to ripple through the chamber. The alien delegates exchanged uneasy glances. Their advanced technology had never encountered anything like this. The weapon, though ancient, was proving to be far more complex than they had anticipated. A sudden flash of light burst from the cannon, momentarily blinding everyone in the chamber. Gasps of surprise and awe replaced the earlier mocking tones. Daniel's calm demeanor contrasted sharply with the growing tension in the room. He adjusted the controls with a practiced hand, sweat glistening on his forehead. "Prepare for a test shot," Daniel announced. His voice was steady, cutting through the murmur of the crowd. The cannon's energy levels peaked, and a deep, resonant hum filled the air. The anticipation reached a fever pitch as Daniel initiated the firing sequence. The weapon's core glowed fiercely, and the chamber's energy shield flickered in response. The audience watched in rapt attention, their initial skepticism slowly giving way to genuine curiosity. Without warning, the cannon discharged a powerful beam of energy. The blast shot through the chamber, piercing through a series of advanced alien shields and barriers designed to test its capabilities. The beam was focused and precise, demonstrating an astonishing level of power. The beam's impact was immediate and dramatic. The shields buckled and flared, the barriers shattered with a resounding crash. The chamber's energy field strained to contain the residual shockwave, causing a brief but intense display of light and sound. As the energy dissipated, the chamber fell into a stunned silence. The delegates, once derisive, now looked on in wide-eyed astonishment. The dreadnought cannon had proven its worth, far exceeding their expectations. Zarlan's usual arrogance was replaced by a look of genuine surprise. His gaze locked with Daniel's, a mixture of respect and grudging admiration evident in his eyes. "It appears there's more to your ancient weapon than we gave credit for." Daniel stood amidst the fading echoes of the demonstration, a quiet sense of triumph in his eyes. The dreadnought cannon had not only silenced the skeptics, but also showcased the enduring brilliance of human innovation. The stage was set for the final act, where the true implications of the weapon's power would unfold. The aftermath of the dreadnought cannon's demonstration left the Vorteran testing chamber in a state of stunned silence. The delegates, once filled with mocking derision, now wore expressions of awe and disbelief. The weapon's power had shattered their preconceptions, leaving a palpable tension in the air. Daniel Kincaid stood by the control panel, his steady hands now resting at his sides. He took a deep breath, letting the moment sink in. The dreadnought cannon's performance had exceeded even his expectations, and the reaction from the alien delegates was everything he had hoped for. Zarlan the Conqueror, his imposing figure now less daunting, approached the cannon with cautious steps. His eyes, which had once gleamed with arrogance, now showed a glimmer of respect. "Daniel, this weapon, it is beyond what we imagined. How did you achieve such power?" Daniel met Zarlan's gaze, his voice calm and confident. "Humanity's strength lies not just in our technology, but in our ability to innovate and adapt. This weapon is a testament to our history and our relentless pursuit of progress." The chamber was filled with murmurs as the other delegates began to discuss the implications of what they had witnessed. The skepticism had vanished, replaced by a genuine curiosity and a newfound respect for human ingenuity. One of the delegates, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin, stepped forward. "What else does humanity possess that we have overlooked? This demonstration has shown us that we have underestimated your capabilities." Daniel nodded, a slight smile playing on his lips. "There is much more to humanity than what meets the eye. We are a species of survivors, of innovators. The dreadnought cannon is just one example of what we can achieve." As the discussion continued, a sudden alarm blared throughout the chamber, startling everyone. Daniel's eyes widened as he glanced at the cannon's control panel. The energy readings were spiking, and warning lights flashed urgently. Zarlan's voice cut through the confusion. "What is happening, Daniel? Is the weapon unstable?" Daniel quickly assessed the situation, his mind racing. "The cannon's energy matrix is overloading. We need to stabilize it before it breaches the containment field." The room erupted into a flurry of activity as Daniel worked frantically to stabilize the weapon. The delegates watched with bated breath, their newfound respect now mingled with fear. With swift, precise movements, Daniel adjusted the controls, rerouting the excess energy and bringing the system back under control. The alarm ceased, and the chamber returned to an uneasy calm. Sarlon exhaled deeply, his relief evident. That was close. Your technology is powerful, but it seems it still has its risks. Daniel nodded, wiping sweat from his brow. Every great innovation carries its risks. But with proper understanding and control, we can harness its power safely. The delegates exchanged thoughtful glances, their attitudes towards humanity irrevocably changed. They had witnessed not only the might of human technology, but also the resilience and quick thinking that define the species. As the discussions resumed, a delegate from the back, cloaked in shadows, stepped forward. Daniel Kincaid, your demonstration has opened our eyes. We propose a collaborative effort to further explore and harness this technology for the benefit of all our civilizations. Daniel's smile widened. I welcome the opportunity. Together, we can achieve far more than any of us could alone. The chapter concluded with a sense of unity and potential. The Dreadnought cannon had not only showcased human ingenuity, but it also forged new alliances, setting the stage for a future of collaborative advancement. Yet, as Daniel prepared to leave, a cryptic message appeared on his communicator, hinting at a new challenge on the horizon. The journey was far from over. The atmosphere in the debriefing room was a mix of awe and tentative excitement. Alien delegates from across the galaxy gathered around a central holographic table, where schematics of the Dreadnought cannon were displayed in intricate detail. The chamber, once filled with ridicule and doubt, now buzzed with curiosity and respect. Daniel Kincaid stood at the head of the table, feeling a sense of pride and responsibility. He had proven humanity's worth and now faced the task of guiding these newfound allies in understanding and utilizing the ancient weapon. Zarlon the Conqueror, no longer the aloof figure he had been, leaned forward, his eyes fixed on the hologram. Daniel, you mentioned the potential for peaceful applications. Can you elaborate? Daniel nodded, his expression thoughtful. The Dreadnought cannon was originally designed as a defensive weapon, but its energy modulation capabilities can be adapted for various purposes. For instance, its energy could be used to power cities, provide advanced medical treatments, or even terraform planets. The room erupted in a hum of excited conversation. The possibilities were endless, and the delegates were eager to explore them. Daniel raised his hand, calling for attention. But we must proceed with caution. The weapon's power is immense, and without proper understanding and safeguards, it could be dangerous. A slender, blue-skinned delegate with luminescent eyes stepped forward. Your demonstration has shown us the risks, but also the potential. We propose forming a coalition to study and develop this technology together, ensuring it's used responsibly. Daniel smiled, a sense of relief washing over him. I agree. A collaborative effort will not only enhance our understanding, but also strengthen our bonds as a united galactic community. Sarlon, who had been silent, finally spoke up. Daniel, I must admit, I underestimated humanity. Your resilience and ingenuity are impressive. I look forward to what we can achieve together. As the meeting continued, plans were made to form research teams, share resources, and begin joint projects. The delegates, once skeptical, now saw humanity as an equal partner, capable of contributing significantly to the galaxy's advancement. After the meeting, Daniel found a quiet corner to reflect. He was joined by Sarlon, who had shed his previous arrogance. You've changed many minds today, Daniel. Including mine. Daniel nodded. It wasn't just about proving our technology. It was about showing that humanity has a place in this vast galaxy, that we have something valuable to offer. Zarlon placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder, a gesture of respect. You've done that and more. Our future collaborations will be stronger because of this day. As they spoke, Daniel's communicator beeped, indicating a new message. He glanced at it, a frown crossing his face as he read the cryptic text, "New threat detected. Return to Earth immediately." The message was from Earth's Central Command, urgent and terse. Sarlon noticed the change in Daniel's expression. What is it? A new challenge, Daniel replied, slipping the communicator back into his pocket. It seems our work is far from over. Sarulan's eyes narrowed, a flicker of concern crossing his face. Do you need assistance? Daniel shook his head. Not yet. But knowing we have allies like you gives me confidence. We'll face this new threat, just as we've faced every other.